It was a bad idea to eat grapes, but I'm gonna keep eating them. I have the word grape on my t-shirt. Hey everyone! It's been a while since I've talked to you face to face. As you can see, a little different setting. It's fine, it's all good. I'm just in the attic, because it's the quietest part of my house, and it's kind of late at night, and I don't want to interrupt anyone. Welcome to another edition of me talking about my favorite lyrics from my favorite artists who are musicians. Does that make sense? The favorite lyrics series, whatever you want to call this. Today I'm going to be talking about Tessa Violet's best lyrics. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. This time I am doing the top 10 Tessa Violet lyrics because she hasn't indicated that she has like any sort of lucky number like Taylor Swift in 13. So Tessa Violet, if you don't know, is an indie pop musician, I would say. iTunes labels her music as alternative, but I guess it's like alt pop, if anything, but it's not like alt rock, really. She does play guitar, though. She's fantastic, and she has yellow hair, and you might have heard her song Crush that went viral a couple years ago. And I've been following her forever, I think. She was known as Mika Kitty on the internet a long time ago, and I've been following her since then. And, like, when she, like, started doing music, I, like, got really into her, and, she's just fantastic, and Taylor Swift is one of her inspirations, which is very clear because she just has such incredible lyrics. And I just wanted to talk about my favorite lyrics of Tessa Violet's, because I love Tessa Violet, and I love good lyrics, as you know, and I love music. And also, on Twitter, I took a poll of what y'all wanted to see, and you said talking Tessa Violet, so I'm gonna talk Tessa Violet, because I love her. I'm very tired. Number 10 is the song Bad Ideas. And the lyric that I want to talk about from this is, "Smitten's a bad look on me, but if I'm talking honestly, it takes everything I've got not to text, and I just want a kiss to get me through, 'cause now all my bedsheets smell like you." So this is the title track off of her album, Bad Ideas, and I guess you would call this the bridge? Yeah, this is the bridge of Bad Ideas. I love how fast the words go, but how clear it is, and there's very little production around her voice at that part, whereas like then when it goes to Bad Ideas, it like explodes. So I love the musicianship of that and the production. The production on Bad Ideas, the album, is amazing. And also on the song Bad Ideas is amazing. This part of the song is like drawing back to like the real vulnerability of it, while everything else feels a little bit separate from the writer. It just makes everything more intimate. I love vivid images like "Now all my bedsheets smell like you," and "It takes everything I've got not to text" is such a frickin' relatable thing. There's one person I'm thinking of during this, and oh my god, it takes everything I've got not to text. and I'm not getting that quick kiss because it's quarantine, so. Well, okay, enough about my personal life. Let's move on. Bad Ideas is a very fun song. And the next song I'm talking about, number 9, is Honest, which is a not fun song, but in the best way. Did I choose the bridge again? I did choose the bridge again. So the lyric in this is, "Funny to notice that about yourself, like all at once I realized I didn't want to see it. And if I've been going crazy, maybe it's because I keep telling myself a story that I should be doing fine by now. Hey, hey, it's okay. Hey, hey, you're okay." I think Tessa kind of pulls the same trick in this, where the lyrics go really fast until it like kind of stops you in your tracks and you have to pause and take a breath, which, like, after, because now all my bedsheets smell like you, it's like, bad idea, say. The pause is, like, within the bridge. It's like a rambling, like, I should be doing fine by now, like, self-hatred, 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 and then you have to pause and be like, no, it's okay, you're okay, it's gonna be okay. And also just the line, I keep telling myself a story that I should be doing fine by now. Oof, I do keep telling myself that. It do be like that. But you don't have to be fine in order for things to be okay. Like, the refrain is, guess I'm not doing well, guess I'm not doing well. This chorus just stops that in your tracks, and you're, it it goes from, like, rambling about how upset you are and how you don't understand why things aren't okay to just being like, no, it's gonna be fine. It's okay. It's okay that you're not okay. And I think that's a really beautiful message, especially in this really dark song. And the chorus comes again after this bridge of guess I'm not doing well. And I think this changes the meaning of that chorus in a really interesting way. So, yeah, I love this song. Bad Ideas is a gem of an album, my goodness. But the next song is not off of Bad Ideas. It is Tennessee, which is from her first EP album situation called Maybe Trapped Mostly Troubled. It's such a lovely song. It's like all nostalgic and like it feels very childhood and summer and loveliness. And the lyric from that is, where cicadas buzzing, we are so in loving, every star shines for you. Where the city sleeps and you are mine to keep, and I love you too. Which is the pre-chorus. Again, it's such vivid images put up against, like, cliches of, like, we're so in love, and I love you too, and every star shines for you. It's just beautiful and pretty. I feel like Tessa in her older music, she used a higher voice. Like, this song is much higher than, like, Honest is, which makes total sense for the type of song it is and stuff, but it just makes it all the more sweeter. It's one of those songs that just reminds you of, like, a first love, summer love sort of thing, even if you didn't have that. Like, I didn't really have that, but it just feels nostalgic. It takes me back to, like, riding my bike with my best friend, and even though that was, like, a platonic love, it was still a love that I want to go back to. And, like, You'll Always Have My Heart in Tennessee is, like, such a beautiful image. It's such a pretty image. I love it. It's more than pretty, though. It's got depth as well, which the lyrics I chose don't necessarily show that, because I chose, like, the cutest lyrics, but it does have some depth, because it's also about memory, and it's about not having something anymore that you used to have, and missing that. So yeah, it's also that. So number 7 on this little list is the song Wishful Drinking, which is also off of Bad Ideas. I keep choosing the bridge because her bridges are so good. So the lyric is, this is not a problem if I don't want it to stop. Can't call it a problem if I never let a play drop. This is not a problem, it's convincing that it's not. Oh, don't call it a problem, it's the only thing that I've still got. It's so good. It's such a good bridge. It's like the climax of the whole song, because it's not a problem is a lyric that keeps happening in the song, but this is when you see that she is lying to herself so completely, because it's not a problem if I don't want it to stop, and then she keeps insisting that it's not a problem until, like, the last line where it flips and it's like, it can't be a problem because it's the only thing that I've still got. Like, I'm so alone that I that this one thing that I have can't be a problem. And obviously this song is called Wishful Drinking. It's about like struggles with drinking. And it's so hard when you are obsessed with something to realize that it's a problem, because again, you enjoy it, you think you're still functional when you're obsessed with it, and you act normal around everyone else. So how can it be a problem? And then when everything drops, you realize, no, it's a problem because I feel like I have to have it. I feel like it's the only thing that I still have. This is such a good dark song, and the production on the song, folks, the production on the song is like, it's so good. It I cannot get over the production on Bad Ideas today. It's one of Tessa's darkest songs, and it's the one where she lets herself sit in the darkness for a second. Where, like, in Honest, there's hope at the end. There's something there. It's okay, you're okay there. But in Wishful Drinking, there really isn't that. It's just sitting in that feeling of being lost and insecure and feeling like you only have one thing going for you. That's what makes it a powerful song. I think music can sometimes do what stories can't, which is just exist for one emotion, whereas stories have to have like a beginning, middle, and end. And that's not to say there isn't progression in this song. There's very clearly progression from like denial to almost acceptance of this problem, but it's still just sitting in the problem. It's sitting in the feeling that causes that problem. And I think that's really important, and it's just so good. It's amazing. Go Tessa. But let's lighten the mood a tiny bit. So number 6 is one of my all-time favorite Tessa Violet songs. I think it's my number 1 Tessa Violet song. The only reason I have other stuff after this is because there are better lyrics, even though it's my favorite Tessa song, because Tessa Violet is just that talented. This song is Dream from Tessa's Halloway EP, which is such a good EP. Like, it's amazing. Although I really feel like she grew as an artist from Halloway to Bad Ideas. Like, there's just a world of difference and a world of growth there. This lyric from Dream is still just one of my favorites, and it's in the second verse. It's, you saw me clear as glass, never thought you bold as brass, never knew how lovely love could be. 40 hours, give or take, you call me when you are awake, and from our phones will crumble time and space. And I need you here, oh, need you in my sleep. Ugh. I love this song. This has been one of my favorite songs from the second it came out, and the music video is amazing. It's like top 3 Tessa Violet music videos of all time. It's so good. This lyric is, again, just brilliant because it has simple lines like, never knew how lovely love could be, but that's just to ground, like, you saw me clear as glass, I thought you bold as brass, and lines like, will crumble time and space. That metaphor, like, from our phones will crumble time and space, it's just so beautiful, and it's so good. In the 40 hours, give or take, there's this sense of, like, obsessing over each other, where, like, you can't even go 40 hours without talking to each other, and, like, that's the kind of love that she wants back, and that she's lost in this song. I also think, like, just I'm a proofreader, like grammar is like one of the first things that pops up for me. The lyric starts in the past tense of you saw me clear as glass, I thought you bold as brass, to the present tense and then future tense. Because the whole song exists in a dream where her lost love comes back, but also it's that desperately wanting now what you had before and wanting that for your future of you call me and we will crumble time and space, like we will continue loving each other the way we did. I think that's really smart, and it's definitely not something I caught until recently. So Tessa's just a genius. Her lyrics are genius. This whole song is genius. But as I said before, Tessa Violet grew so much as an artist from the Holloway EP to Bad Ideas, and this song just like encapsulates that. This song is Words Ain't Enough, and it's a sad song about a lost love. But it's not really about, it's about realizing that maybe that love wasn't as dreamy as you thought it was to begin with. The lyric I chose for this, my favorite lyric in this song, is cut myself into pieces easy to chew. Carve me up into someone you'd like to choose till I'm only pieces of you. So you could say you love me, but words ain't enough. So this is one of the best metaphors Tessa Violet has ever written, but B, it's just heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. Like, I feel like everyone knows the feeling of making themselves smaller to suit someone else. And this is that feeling. Cutting yourself down, making sure you are that perfect shape for that other person, not realizing that you're losing the parts of yourself that make you you. The phrase easy to chew just sticks in my mind so much because being a person is not easy. No one should be an easy person all the time. You shouldn't always be easygoing. You shouldn't always be easy to handle. You shouldn't be low maintenance. I think that's a bullshit concept because that just means you're letting yourself be walked all over. It just means it like being easy. Like, I don't want to be easily digestible. That's part of the reason why my videos don't seem to be cohesive. It's because I am so many things at once, and I want to exist on that many planes at once. I want to be a creative artist person and also talk about my religion and also talk about my favorite music and also just like exist as a person with struggles, and that should be allowed. And anyone who makes you out to be less than the whole of yourself in a relationship just isn't worth it. And I think this is showing you that. Like, this lyric shows you that you become a reflection of that other person if you let yourself. And you lose yourself and you become a reflection of that other person if you're in a relationship that's toxic. And the first line is cut myself into pieces easy to chew, which is you're doing it to yourself almost to become someone the other person will like. But the second line is carve me up into someone you'd like to choose, which is that other person doing it to you. So it's both of you doing that to you. And yeah, it's just so good. It's such a smart line. And there's so much pain in that line. I just keep coming back to it because it's such a good metaphor for toxic relationships. Number 4, we're down to the last few. The fourth song I want to talk about is interlude number 3, which is the only freaking interlude because Tessa Violet decided that the first 2 interludes weren't good enough to make it onto Bad Ideas. and we'll never hear them. But interlude number 3 is so good that you almost don't need the first two. And the lyric from this that's my favorite is smile button on, I bought it off the shelf. And I've been telling all my friends I just been working on myself. It's such a good line. It was so hard for me to figure out which lyric I wanted to choose because all of the lyrics are so good in this song. But, I mean, again, I'm a sucker for a good metaphor, and the smiled button on, I bought it off the shelf, just that fakeness and just like lying to your friends and pretending you're getting better and like feeling better and trying to be better is such a real feeling, and just like trying to smile your way through life because you're not quite sure what else to do when in fact you're just so lonely inside. And like the chorus of the song goes, God, I want a touch of something new, something I can keep, which like the whole album like is about losing yourself, and this is just longing for that again, like longing for yourself, longing for happiness, longing for just something good in your life to come back again. The image of like I bought it off the shelf stays with me, because also like when you think of something being bought off the shelf versus something being made for you, like they're two different things. And the fact that your smile isn't unique to you in this case, the fact that it's so generic that it was bought off the shelf and that it's not like genuine is kind of heartbreaking, and that's the point. And yeah, Tessa's really good at breaking your heart, but she does have fun songs. Like I'll talk about one of her fun songs in a minute, but like she does have fun songs. It's not all sad, I promise, but a lot of it is sad. So if you're watching this video trying to figure out whether or not to listen to Tessa Violet, like do, obviously, if you see my passion for her and are like, huh, I would like to be passionate about her too, definitely do it. If you don't want to be sad, like, find the fun songs, because there are fun songs. Find the fun songs. We're on number 3 now. Only a few more left. And this third song is Haze, which was also off of Halloway. I kind of think of it as like Wishful Drinking 1.0. Like, they've got very similar vibes, although like Haze is about feeling nothing, whereas Wishful Drinking is about feeling a very specific something. And the lyric that I want to talk about is, I'll be your empathetic savior, call me up, I'll meet you later, you can praise me for the way I always know just what to say. I'll carve into your ribs and leave you crying for a kiss, just for kicks. Doo-doo. 'Cause nothing satiates me, and I don't think that I hate me, but bad or good it seems nothing could take away this tasteless haze. Oh, okay. I was about to sing the whole song because the whole song is fantastic. This is kind of the pre-chorus. It's again about turning yourself into something, but this is different than Words Ain't Enough, because this is about turning yourself into something and like acting like something you're not because you don't feel like there's anything there. Basically, it's depression. that's what that is. It's depression. It's being something for someone because you can't really be anything for yourself. The thing about this pre-chorus, it turns. It goes from like her being everything for someone to I'll carve into your ribs and leave you crying for a kiss just for kicks. Despite turning yourself into something for someone else, you realize you're still not feeling anything, because that's not the way mental illness and depression works. Just because you're something for someone doesn't mean you've actually healed what's inside. So then, in this case, the writer turns into the villain in this person's story instead of the empathetic savior. It's a really fun, like, chewy line. Tessa's really good at like incorporating hip-hop into her music, and like this feels like it has flow to it. Not in like a rap way necessarily, but it's still got like really good flow to it. Yeah, it's just really good. If Tessa wants to like ruin me, she'll do a Haze wishful drinking mashup, and I think it would ruin a lot of people, in the best way. I mean, Tessa knows it's in the best way. She exists to ruin the tiny terrors. That's what she does. She's very good at it. Tessa Violet, if you're watching this, don't do that to me. Please do that to me. So the second to last song I'm going to talk about, number 2, is actually a fun song by Tessa Violet. I told you she had fun songs, and her fun songs also have great lyrics, and this is one of them, and it's called Not Over You, and it's like the most fun live. Like, when Tessa plays it, everyone's jumping, and it's so much fun, and oh my god, can she go on tour again? Like, real tour, not virtual tour? Can that happen soon? Can the US just get its shit together so Tessa Violet can go on tour? That's all I really want. Can, like, Tessa, Orla, and Dodie just go on tour together again? And, like, Desiree can join in, Mr. Wives can join in, just, like, everyone. Everyone Tessa's worked with. Like, can that happen? Can that be a thing that happens? Sidetracked. Sorry. So the song, again, is Not Over You, and the lyric that I really love in this song is, again, in the bridge. It's in the second half of the bridge, and it's, run to the store and pick up snacks for a movie we can ignore. Run to the store to pick up snacks for a movie we can ignore. A, the rhyming in this is fantastic. B, the imagery is perfect. You can see it all happening, of just like running to the store, picking up snacks for a movie we can ignore. Like, it's just so perfect. And this song is about like getting back together and like not being over each other, and it's a very triumphant, fun song, and this is just such a fun lyric to go with it. And yeah, I just love pick up snacks for a movie we can ignore. It's just such a cute image, and you know exactly what that feels like, even though I tend to pay like an absurd amount of attention to movies and don't like it when people distract me from movies. But yeah, it's just a fun song, and I want to see it live again. And let's talk about the last song, which is, again, a sad song. So the song is I Don't Get to Say I Love You Anymore, and the lyric is the second verse, and it's, I try not to be distracted by the absence of your coat thrown on my floor, but every part of me can't help but see the places you should be, the spaces in between our words. Which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous line. It's again about heartbreak and lost love, which is valid. And again, it's just Tessa Violet's imagery is so vivid and clear, and it makes her songs so powerful. When you lose someone, you expect them to still be there because you're so used to them being there. So like, I try not to be distracted by the absence of your coat thrown on my floor. Like, you're just so used to seeing it, you're used to stepping over it, and like, you're distracted by it not being there. And that very clear image anchors the rest of that line, the rest of that verse, which is, but every part of me can't help but see the places you should be, the spaces in between our words. Again, it's that expectation of being there, of someone being there when they're not. And like, the shock you have every time they're not there, and you just have to grow to be used to it. And that's what this whole song is. It's trying to learn the new normal of being used to someone not being there that was once there all the time. And it's just such a beautiful song, and Tessa Violet is very good at those beautiful songs. Wow, that was a downer note to end on. Sorry about that, but it's my favorite lyric of Tessa Violet's. Tessa's just really good at writing songs and making me sad in a good way, in a cathartic way. And also the production on Bad Ideas is like otherworldly. So go listen to Bad Ideas. And I didn't talk about like a lot of her fun songs, like I Like the Idea of You and Crush, obviously, because like for me, I love a good sad song, and my favorite lyrics are always sad, which probably says something about me, but whatever. I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my exploration of Tessa Violet's songs. I did my best to dig through her very large catalog. I'm actually surprised I didn't include Make Me a Robot on this, but like I just don't really listen to Make Me a Robot anymore. I guess I'm not there anymore. I was there a lot, especially like when I was in college. I was in the Make Me a Robot phase of my life, but I think I'm not there anymore, which is nice. But yeah, I really tried to dig through and find my favorite lyrics from all of Tessa's songs. I know I didn't really include her unreleased music like Birdsong or anything, but I would love to know in the comments what you think I missed and what your favorite lyrics are, and if you think I'm incorrect about something, or if there's a better lyric in a song I mentioned. If this is Tessa Violet watching this, I don't know, thanks for making me sad. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me talking more about music, this is actually like the third in a series. I've talked about my favorite lyrics from Snow Patrol before, which is my all-time favorite band, and Taylor Swift, who is my all-time favorite female musician, I guess. And yeah, I love talking lyrics because they're the most interesting part of making music for me. Not that the rest of it isn't interesting, and I'd love to talk about other stuff, like especially like Tessa Violet's music videos. My god, I would love to talk about Tessa Violet's music videos because they are so good. Every single one of them is amazing in a different way. Stream the Bored music video if you haven't already. It's very good too. Bored is a great song and it has great lyrics. It just didn't make the top 10 because Tessa has so many freaking good songs with amazing lyrics. Yeah, and if you like this video and you want to see more like this, maybe click subscribe. I do stuff like this sometimes. I art sometimes. I do embroidery, and I sometimes just chat at the camera about something I'm angry about sometimes. I haven't done that in a long time though. And what else? Oh, I have a podcast. It's called On Your Left Podcast. It's with Katrina Eames, fellow YouTuber. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Wow, that was long. I did it. I did it. Special thanks to Talon X8 and Untapped Inkwell for being my patrons. If you would like to support my video work, head on over to my Patreon and check out the perks.